welcome back everybody, it's me, Codemasters92, and we are back today, finally, with F1 22. If you like this video, please hit that thumbs up button and leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and my content if you haven't already. If you do subscribe, thank you all so much for your support, I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that bell so you get notified of any of my videos as they drop onto my channel. So yeah, we're back with F1 22 today after the latest bug with the current update that was. Obviously they've done a new update, which means that we are back with our My Team career. We head to round 12, I believe it is, for the French Grand Prix at Paul Ricard's, I believe it's called, the circuit. A positive circuit, one I quite like, so let's see how we can get around here. I believe also from our last video we are looking at the driver market, so we've got to make the decision, do we stick with our teammate or do we look for a new one for the rest of the season? So yeah, let's jump straight into our headquarters and find out what's going to happen before we start our Grand Prix. Okay, so here we are at our headquarters, ready to look at starting our Grand Prix, our French Grand Prix. But first we've got our contract renewal, so do we renegotiate with our teammate, or do we go to the driver's market? We've got 5.5 million, so I'm just going to have a quick look. Is there anyone that might get us a little bit of a better result than he does? So Joe Granu is currently sitting 3-point rating better than Liam and less than $1 million extra in the driver's market. So who else have we got underneath? We got Oscar Pastari. We could shake it up a little bit by sticking to him. So these guys have got less acclaim, of course, but for me their rating is better. So you know, really, but it goes without saying. At the moment, I'm quite enticed by Dan Ticktum, a 76 Focus. Obviously a rating there of 67, which is the same as our teammate at the moment. I do need to change our team's colours actually, or do we go straight to Joe Granu? But then these levels, so 32, 63, 66, and 73, 30, 69, 60. No, I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to give him the season. I am going to give him the season, I think. So if we can negotiate contract, is it going to take us straight to him anyway? How do we just negotiate his contract? Do we have to click? Okay, so we have to approach him. Let's approach him. Approaching driver.
Here you can make an offer to your driver. The more you offer, the greater the chance of them agreeing to it. Be careful not to insult drivers though. If you do, they might refuse to negotiate anymore with you in this negotiation period.
Okay, so we've got has agreed to negotiate with your team for the seat. You only have time to negotiate with the driver drivers 3 times a day. So your team, he wants 1.5 million, and he wants a vehicle performance position of 11th or better. So we're currently sitting at 11th. So we can either go for medium risk and pay him the 1.5 million, pay him 1.62. I'm going to go for paying him 1.5. Technically, it's what he's on already. And if our car's based at 11th, I don't actually think he's got a point this season. So I can't see how he's going to disagree with us if we go for that one. So let's see what he's going to say. There you go, he's signed, which doesn't surprise me. So we've got him until the 5th of December there. I'm just going to quickly change the livery of our suits, because it would appear they're still in the old style. Hopefully we do have it saved. That's good. So just changed my gloves. There we go. So we're back to our channels look. So look at this. Just have a quick look here. We've got 9% wear, 36, 10%. 53% for our energy store. Okay, that's different, but it's still green, so I'm happy. 16, 40, 11. So I'm happy with that. R&D, let's check that out in just a second, because we are going to look at what other activities we could assign first. So simulation training. maybe ups our focus for our second driver, which we're going to do because we've bagged him for the rest of the season. So, you know, we'll always be good. We're going to go for 3-day team acclaim, so we've got 4 days left, so we can either go for the funded team event, which costs us 20 grand, but it does give us an extra morale on all of our development, so I am going to go for that actually. We're going to stick with that one. So let's just have a quick look at our development. Is there anything we can do? So we upgrade completed for our front nose, which is good from an aerodynamic point of view. We've got chassis here, so is there anything we can upgrade for chassis? We've already got an upgrade going for chassis. It looks like our powertrain is completed as well. We've got minus 22% on that one, so I'm going to activate that while that's still cheap. And I don't think we can do any of this because I don't think we've got enough points now. But that's okay, because we've got a couple of things in the pipeline anyway, so that's not too much of a problem. So let's advance time and push through. We got boosted there, so we have looked after our second driver this time around. Pick up some weekly resources on our running costs, and obviously that 20 grand going away for that funding event there. So we've got our Pirelli Hot Lap, and then we've got the French Grand Prix. I will either jump back in at practice sessions and when we have a quick look at the practices that we've got, or I will skip straight forward and we will jump back in when we are just about to start qualifying after our practice sessions. I'm going to jump into the Pirelli Hot Lap for now. Probably going to look at doing the rival duel around the Ferrari. Is it? Oh no, sorry, that's the car I'm using. A Ferrari Roma or an Aston Martin. So I'm going to go with the Ferrari. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to jump back in either qualifying or practice. I'll see you all in a bit. Okay, so there we are. That is our practice sessions done. We are just going to collect our research points. Apologies, and our team acclaim there, which is good. Feel really good round here. Really good round here. We're looking for about a 133.8 in qualifying, if we can match our sort of like pre-practice qualifying that we did. Obviously, it wasn't one of our objectives to do, but we did complete all of our objectives. I was hoping I could show you, but it doesn't look like I can, which is a little bit unfortunate. But anyway, yeah, we completed all of our objectives for our practice. We're going to go straight into our qualifying for the one-shot quali. As I said, 133.8 we're looking for, but then the temperatures might be a little bit different. So we're just going to sort of see where we can be. Feel good on this circuit, so with a bit of luck we can get a decent qualifying as well. So let's jump straight out to track. Here we are then. Let's go. Let's try and get a good lap round here. Tyres already feel much better than they did when we were at practice. We went out, when we went out, should I say? It was a drying track, shall we say? It wasn't a wet track, but it wasn't a dry track like this either. So, with a bit of luck, we can get a decent lap time here. As I said, I feel a hell of a lot comfortable on this track than I have done in many other tracks. That was a bit poor through that. Bit of too much braking. Coming into that right-hander there, that might cost me. But that's okay, we've got very good qualifying at the moment. Although we do lack a little bit around this last sort of sector, if you like. It's not too bad around here. It's this bit. It's normally that corner, so try and get out of the last corner. We're down to 5th. That's not bad. That's good. P5? P5? I will take a P5 qualifying. Most definitely around here. I reckon we got we might. I'm pushing it slightly, but we might have a chance of a podium here. If we can get a good start off the blocks, we might have a podium chance. I don't know if we're going to have the race pace for a podium, but let's give it a go. Top 5, after that. What about our teammate? After we signed him, he isn't where he should be. He wanted a car that's capable of P11. We've given him a car that's capable of P11, and he still can't hit that P11. So, yes, his focus is down. We'll try and give him a little bit of leeway to a certain extent, but he needs to be performing if he wants to stay with our team for next year. So, team level 12, which is good. But now we've got the all-important 13 laps around this Paul Ricard circuit. I think that's right. I think it's the Paul Ricard circuit. Apologies if it isn't. Yeah, 13 laps around here in the sunshine. Let's jump straight into the session. Obviously have a look at the grid as we're on P5. I don't know if that's our best qualifying. Apologies. Probably should know. I have a feeling we got a P4. Or it might have been a P8. Either way, it's a very good qualifying session compared to where we normally are. So, very positive for us and the team. Obviously, of course, the team.
Welcome along then to France, one of the great racing mecca.
Welcome to France. Yeah, we're just going to have a look at this starting grid because it's pretty cool.
Here's what today's grid rundown looks like. An immense lap from Carlos Sainz yesterday.
Obviously picking up their 75th anniversary. They're in their yellow, which is pretty cool.
As we continue through the
One of the latest updates. Norris and Joker with P4. Really? So someone had a penalty, or someone's taken a penalty. We've been promoted up to P4. So who was it? Who's going to be at the back of the grid? Max Verstappen, 13th, with that penalty there. So an even better chance for us to get our first podium in our team. Let's have a look at what our race strategy is then.
After the points finished last race, let's aim to keep that momentum going.
Damn right. Right, so we're going to stick with 14 laps. We're going to go for that extra fuel just in case. We're 5 laps on the soft tyre, and then switching to do 8 laps on a medium. So that's what we're going to go for. We are definitely set that. We are going to start this race, and hopefully we can get a good start. Obviously we are going to have our formation lap. So we shall start our formation lap and try and get these tyres up to temperature. And I will drop back in once we are almost finished our formation lap. And let's start on the grid. Right, so here we are, out of the final corner. We've obviously got to stay behind Lando Norris here, but we also want to get a good shot off the line if we can. We're going to be on the outside of this racetrack, so maybe we can get a decent start off here. We got optimal, so that's a good start. We just got to get a good start as the rest of the grid forms.
The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid is formed. Be ready with the clutch.
Right, here we are, clutch in. Revs are optimal. Can we get a decent start? Oh, I don't think we've got a bad start. We're going to pull to the inside. Oh, both Mercedes have mugged us on the start line. And they're going to get in my way. Oh, we're going to have to go around the outside of... Oh! Really? Really? Right, let's do it where we got mugged, because we don't really want to be going for that, do we? Oh, they tussled. Both Mercedes there, getting a little bit close to each other. Where is... Don't ask me where he's going. Right, come on, we don't want to be using flashback after flashback, do we? Right, we're going to try. We're not going to get up the inside of them this time. Can we stick to these guys now? I don't know that we're going to be able to. I think they're going to have a better race pace than we are. Daniel Ricciardo is going to try and come up the inside of me, so we're going to use all of our overtake mode and make him go round the long way. Hopefully we can keep in touch with these cars in front of us, but I'm not entirely sure we're going to be able to here. I don't think our race pace is good enough.
That start was okay, now stay alert.
We had a little bit of a dodgy start there. Let's try and settle into this race a little bit now. See if we can gain some time back on the Mercedes and the McLaren that we have lost in front of us already. Try and use a little bit of overtake mode as we come out of here. Okay, so we are gapping ever so slightly. We were gapping then. We were gapping Riccardo, so that's a positive. That's a good thing to know. Now we can sort of try and get into our own little bit of a rhythm here.
Reducing our overall capacity. The more charge you hold, the faster that capacity will drop.
Why are we losing energy? Don't know why. Let's try and use a little bit as we come down this straight to try and keep Riccardo at bay. The gap's at 7/10 now. We're half a second to Hamilton. Braked a little bit early there. Going on to the power. I feel like energy is going to be our problem during this race. We're only on lap 2. We are sticking with Lewis here, so that's pretty positive. And we're pulling away from Riccardo, which is another positive. Oh, I was a bit deep into there. Try and get the old cutback. DRS should be enabled this lap as well.
We're approaching the pit window and you're going to be on medium.
Wide. It's going to compromise my exit out of that corner as well. Try and get out of these blocks quite early here as we use a bit of overtake mode to come down this main straight. We are going to have DRS, but Riccardo is also going to have DRS, as I believe Lewis Hamilton in front of us does also have DRS. Straight over the top of that curb. Wow, gained quite a lot of time through there. We gained nearly 0.2 of a second through there. We lost it coming down this straight though, so we compromised ourselves by going over the curb. Right, good news is, as I say this, Daniel Ricciardo is starting to drop back. Need to try and save some overtake mode now. This is our last full lap. Straight over the top of them curves. We need to stop going wide into turn 1, I know that. That was probably our best first sector that we've had, so we can keep this up. We're within a shout here. Maybe when we get the time to the medium, we'll have a little bit more grip. And obviously you should have more grip on a soft, but with the temperature of the track might be slightly different. I'm going to try and use a bit of overtake mode here, just to try and keep tabs with the Mercedes in front of us of Lewis Hamilton. Gained a lot of time on Lewis there. just coming out of that corner, we lose so much time through there. Or coming out of there, we lose about 2 tenths of a second.
At the moment, just focus on the driving.
Okay, a little bit of overtake mode out of the corner. 6 tenths to Lewis. Pit window is open.
Hard on the lap. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 14.4 seconds.
Right, we're going to
6.
lead up on a full race update.
Ahead of you. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on old softs. That's Ricardo behind. Okay, the gap behind is 1.0 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Our gap to first place is 4.3 seconds. The pit window is open. Pit window currently open. 9 laps to go.
Right, let's actually tell them no boxing this time, because that is what we originally wanted to do. Oh, a bit wide, didn't break enough through there. That would cost me massively. Gap's come down quite a bit to Riccardo behind us though, or gone up quite a bit to Riccardo behind us. We just made a massive mistake, which has meant that Lewis Hamilton's got a little bit of a gap on us now. Time to try and claw that gap back a little bit. Won't do with a corner in like that though. Right, pit window time. They're staying out. We're coming in. Don't speed in pit lane. You sped in pit lane. Yeah, you did. Do that again. I had that nailed in practice as well, which is really annoying. No, that was too slow, really. But it's okay. We're in the pits. So we just got to hope for a decent pit stop and a good out lap as well, to be fair. Here we go, come on. Get ready to turn in. And turn in. Got a good turn in as well. Good stuff.
Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate.
Oh, we got out in front of Riccardo.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go.
Riccardo's going to be right behind us now, though. We got no power out of the straight. No power out the straight. We got nobody coming down the straight. That's what I meant. Right, we're going to have to play a little bit defensive here. Lewis Hamilton is obviously going out and staying out on the tyres that he was in. So it'd be nice if we could get the undercut on Lewis. It seems we're going to be a little bit defensive here of Daniel Ricciardo behind me. And he's more than likely going to have DRS on us as well. We are 4.1 seconds down on Russell, which is a massive gap. And to be honest, I didn't really pay attention to his gap when we were on the softs, if I'm honest. But we are gapping Ricciardo already. The gap's nearly half a second. Where is Lewis going to come out is the main question. I haven't had to be as defensive as we were going to think we were going to be, with Ricciardo right behind us. When we came out of pit lane, he was right there. We are going to try and give it our all to see if we can get the undercut on Mr. Hamilton.
Liam's coming in for his stop now.
Right, I'm going to use my DRS all the way out of here. Lewis Hamilton has come out on a hard tyre. What is he playing at? Okay. So hopefully, with a bit of luck, we can actually catch Lewis Hamilton here, because he is going to come out, or not going to, he has come out on a hard tyre. So maybe he feels that he can't manage that medium tyre enough to make it last. He's snaking about all over the place where he's got that colder tyre.
The car ahead of you just fitted the hard tyres. Car ahead now on the hard compound.
On a hard compound, he's half a second in front. Lando Norris is 2.8 in front of that. We are cutting onto the power a lot quicker than Lewis through there. Going to try and use as much overtake mode as I can. We're going to be alongside him. We're going to have to bail out of that. Had no choice but to bail out of that one. And that one. Hopefully he doesn't hold us up here, because that could cause me a bit of problem with Riccardo. That's the gap we need. Oh, I thought he was going to shut the door on me completely there. Right, we're going to DRS and we're going to overtake mode, because we can see that Lewis Hamilton is still right behind me.
0 seconds.
Right, now hopefully he can hold up. Hopefully he can hold up Riccardo a little bit. I don't know why he chose a hard tyre. That is a very strange one. Pretty much everyone else has opted for a medium. I think Daniel Ricciardo's going to get by me. We're going to try and use all of our overtake mode. Although I'm not going to be able to, because we've only got 3% left. Switch to the inside, try and break the slipstream. You're only allowed one move. Okay, that's good. And I don't think we're going to be gaining on Norris. We are just going to have to try and keep Mr. Hamilton at bay, I think. Oh, a little bit wide coming out of that corner. That will cost me. Try and use our overtake mode. Back to Verstappen. Looks like he's going to be coming out of pit lane on a soft tyre. He is looking to push through the field. Try and pick up as many points after his penalty. We aren't gaining on Lando Norris. Is the moral of this race. We are losing time on Lando Norris. At the moment, though, we are managing to keep Mr. Verstappen, Mr. Hamilton behind us. We are currently sitting in P6. I will assume that it's going to be a bit of a lonely race for us from now until the finish of this. So what I will do is, one, I will try and get my head down and just try and eke out as much gap as we can to Mr. Hamilton and Riccardo behind me. But I'll also try and get my head down and see if there's any chance that we can bring back some of that lap time down to Lando Norris. I won't bore you with these repetitive laps that we're going to be doing. We've got 4 laps left, so I will jump back in if there are any highlights. Or we go very wide. Or if they're, or at the end of the race. We shall see where we get to. Righto, here we are. We are on our last lap. Coming in to finish our Grand Prix. We finished P6, well, we're going to finish P6, provided we get through these last couple of corners. Sergio Perez, as you can see there in front of us, he came out just in front of us actually on a soft tyre, and we obviously got by him while his tyres were cold. As soon as his tyres went hot, he was clearly a better match for what we were. So it was what it was, and obviously he's been setting fastest laps, which you can't argue with. Charles Leclerc wins the Grand Prix. We, however, finished P6, which I think is really good. Obviously, we did have that 5th place qualifying. We got promoted to 4th, but we were never going to... Would have been nice to get a podium. I did think there was a slight chance, but it was our race pace. Our race pace wasn't really there, to be fair. So we're still a learning team. It's obviously our first season. Nice to be back up to the mid, sort of back up, but nice to be up to the sort of top end, if you like, of the grid, of the standing results. 2,050 XP there, which is brilliant. Loads of XP, which gets us to level 18. Oh, I like that crash helmet. That's quite nice. Yeah, anyway.
Let's have a look then at the driver's standings.
So a 1:35.3 we did in the end there, which was my quickest lap. We get 8 points for the championship, and of course Valtteri Bottas was our standing for the championship, was he not? Yes, he is. No, it's Daniel Ricciardo now. We've got quite a big points deficit to them two, so or point advantage to those two, so that's pretty good for us now. So we look at our team acclaim and our driver's acclaim. We obviously get quite a bit there. Our teammate picking up 14%. Our team picking up 34%. So really good for the team. We get our nearly 300,000 money. Experience points I was going to say, but it's not as it is. $3,000. So we've had a... what? Something has failed. How dare it?
An upcoming news article has a question they'd like your input on.
What's this? Lewis is a Hamilton driver, very difficult to overtake, and I am ready to challenge them. What's this? Recent sessions have witnessed some of the closest rivals the sports have ever seen. Which driver do you most enjoy from finishing ahead of? Well, it is Lewis Hamilton. Our newest rival is Lewis Hamilton. I'm not sure that's going to be a wise decision, but
Pass on their thanks for helping out.
not entirely sure that's going to be advantage of ours, putting our rivalry up against Lewis Hamilton. But I'm not lying, I would like to finish in front of Lewis Hamilton every race, so we shall find out how we get on against our rival in the next video, which will be the Hungarian Grand Prix. Thank you for watching, everybody. That is all we've got time for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button and leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and my content if you haven't already. If you do subscribe, thank you so much. I really appreciate your support. And don't forget to press that bell so you get notified of any of my videos as they drop onto the channel. So yes, we are back today, finally, with F122 after that issue we had with the update. We have just done our French Grand Prix, which is probably one of our best results of the season, a P6. So, yeah, really good to be at the top end, if you like, of the standings, or not standings, but of the finishes of the race. Battling with some big names there. Obviously, we were battling with Lewis Hamilton and Daniel Ricciardo. McLaren, looks like McLaren have turned something round. They were at the top end of the results as well. So really positive for us. We have started Lewis Hamilton as our rival, which we will see how that goes in the next video. Hopefully we can continue to beat him and cause him a bit of problem. But yeah, with that being said, the Hungarian Grand Prix is our next video for F122, and I will see you all in that next video.